Hi everyone, welcome to CGM, Comic Games Media. Today, I'm going to be giving you my review of the extended cut of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So before we get into my review, I'm just going to give you my quick impressions of what I thought about the movie, the theatrical version of the movie. So the positives that I'll give are the acting performance by Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons. I loved seeing him play Alfred and Bruce Wayne. The dialogue between the two was really awesome. Speaking of awesome, that fight sequence with Batman in the warehouse by far is the best Batman action sequence we've seen in any live-action film, or live-action Batman film, to be precise. I was also super excited to see the introductions of all the DC superheroes, seeing Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, and also not to mention Parademons. So now I'm going to get into my negatives about the film. So unfortunately there are quite a few disappointments about the film. One example would be how they underlie Superman. As you can see in the theatrical version, they just cut off a whole bunch of Clark Kent scenes, and so, most likely just because the general audiences preferred watching Batman over Superman, unfortunately, so his scenes were just cut out, so he barely had any screen time as Clark Kent. Also, seeing Jimmy Olsen and Mercy just get killed off, they're just pretty much irrelevant in the entire movie, just wasting Superman characters from their comic book history. Also, the introductions of the Justice League members could have been handled better as well. They were only briefly mentioned. There were 1-minute short clips of each of them, and unfortunately it didn't flesh into or mesh into the movie organically. It felt shoehorned in. Like, for example, Victor Stone's a football player. You could have easily had, when Perry White is talking about, oh, Clark Kent, go interview go to Gotham for the football story. You could have easily had some interaction with Clark and Victor, and then Victor gets injured, and then he has to go, and his father has to go fix him, and he's using the mother box, and boom, there you go, Cyborg, and he's integrated into the story. And it's not like some shoehorned scene in there. So at least you have some idea of who the character is before you see the next movie. So I wasn't quite sure about what the hell happened to Lex Luthor. He had me for most of the movie. He was pretty sinister, and he had a sadistic plan going on. You could see his motivations. He was jealous of Superman. He wanted to make sure, he wanted to deface the Scott pretty much. But then all of a sudden, in between that scene of when he kidnaps Martha to that scene where he's in jail, something happens. We don't know what exactly happens, but then all of a sudden he goes crazy, and he's like, ding ding ding, the bells ring. Bells are rung. So I don't know what happened there, but also was never very precisely clear was exactly how Lex Luthor discovered Superman was Clark Kent, or how Clark Kent discovered Batman was Bruce Wayne. There is that one scene when they're at the library function where he hears Alfred on his microphone, but it wasn't never explicitly clear that, oh, Bruce Wayne is Batman. So I wish they could have done something from the animated series where, he takes a peek through his cowl and he's like, you cheated. That would have been pretty awesome. So those are just my thoughts about the original film. Now let's talk about my review of the extended cut. So the things I liked about the extended cut, so as I mentioned earlier, Clark Kent got underutilized, but now they actually put his parts back in, so you actually get to see what Clark was doing behind the scenes there. So what he was pretty much doing, he was just investigating the whole Batman story, just seeing how the people of Gotham reacted to him as how a vigilante is there. Some people just hate him because he's acting as a judge, jury, executioner by branding criminals and pretty much sending them to death while they're in jail. Some people like to have Batman there to protect the city, so as long as you're a good person, he's not going to harm you. One of the best scenes I thought they added in the film was that in this movie, during the courthouse room explosion scene, right after that, you actually see Superman. He's actually helping people, bring them to paramedics. He's actually helping people. And before, all you saw was that the explosion happened. You see him, he's just mopey and depressed about what just happened, and just flies off. And you don't actually see him react to anything. So it's actually good that we actually see the general Superman that we know and love, the one that we see help people, or at least try to help people as much as he can. And we actually learned the reason you couldn't even see it in the first place was that the wheelchair was lined in lead. So that's what, and because Superman's X-ray vision, he can't see through lead, so that's why he couldn't see it and couldn't save the people beforehand. Another good part about this version of the film that I liked was that the whole Africa scene about the woman was explaining that how after Superman interfered, all these rebels started attacking everyone, killing the villagers. Here we actually see that Lex Luthor actually paid off this person, he bribed her, and then actually he was the mastermind behind this plan, and that his whole strategy was to make Superman this or make him a threat to the government. Even though this side plot is redundant, because at the end of Man of Steel you already know people are just Superman as a threat or as a hero. So the side plot isn't really needed because you already know that Superman is this very dangerous being. However, it does actually add to Lois's story arc with the whole investigating the bullet thing, because it actually traces back to Lex Luthor, right? So at least add some significance to that storyline. The disappointments I had with this version were we actually got to finally see who Jenna Malone was playing in this. Unfortunately, she's just playing this crime lab technician. We don't actually know who her character is. There's a lot of speculation back before when the movie came out that she was either going to play Carrie Kelly or Barbara Gordon. For those who don't know, Carrie Kelly was the Robin in the Dark Knight Returns comic, which was a big influence that Zack Snyder used to make this film. Stuff like Batman vs Superman fight, the things like Batman coming out of retirement, the thing about like Superman getting nuked, those are all like nods from that same comic book. So unfortunately, we didn't get that nod or that Easter egg. So another part that still sucked about the movie was that Jimmy Olsen, he got to say his name. I guess we got that there, but he was still like just there for like a minute extra screen time and then killed off. So just another, again, wasted character. I don't know why they had to do that and make him Jimmy Olsen. It could just been a random John Doe for all we cared. Also, what I also hope to see in the movie was another additional action scene. If you can recall, we saw Lex Luthor, when he showed up to LexCorp, he got robbed by Batman. He stole his kryptonite, and you see there was like a bunch of bullets on the floor. You see there was some sort of battle. But unfortunately, all we got to see was a little snippet of security camera footage, where you see, like, you know, in the Batman Arkham games where you do an inverted takedown, you grab the person and hang up. So you got to see that, which is really awesome. So I was kind of hoping you maybe get like a stealth segment, because that would have been pretty cool too, because you hardly ever see those in any of these Batman or in the previous Batman films. Furthermore, it wasn't ever explained how Bruce Wayne received the dream sequence that he was in, the Mad Max Desert Dream sequence thing. It was never explained how he got it in the first place, so I don't know what the hell that was about. So most likely it's just foreshadowing for future movies, and hopefully it's explained down the line to see why they were showing Apocalypse foreshadowing Darkseid or Steppenwolf. Speaking of Steppenwolf, that communion scene that was released the Monday after Batman v Superman was released, that was the only scene with Steppenwolf, which is really disappointing, because unless you were paying attention to those Justice League set visits that happened about like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, you would like, that scene made no sense to me the first time I saw it. It was like, just saw a demon pretty much holding 3 mother boxes, and just like made no sense. So now at least it makes sense, because I saw that news report. But if you're just a general audience member or viewer, you're not going to understand it whatsoever. So those are my positives and negatives of the extended cut of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Overall, it is a slightly better version of the theatrical version. I'm not going to do a rating score here. I'm just going to say I recommend it if you haven't watched the original version. So sorry about the spoilers. And if you are a fan of the original cut, I'd probably recommend this as well, because then you're just watching the same thing, but you're added extra scenes, so just more content for you to watch and enjoy. Also, regarding the R-rated content, there hardly isn't any R-rated content in this. I don't know why they put it. Just like a little blood. One example was like Batman took the crate and he just swung at some guy, hit his head against the wall, and you see some blood spatter along the wall. There's a couple curse words here and there. For some reason, they decided to show Henry Cavill topless, like in the bathtub scene with Lois, and then you see Ben Affleck naked in the shower in the Batcave. I'm not sure why Zack Snyder decided to put those in there. Maybe because these guys worked hard to get in shape for these roles, so maybe he wanted to show them off. I don't know. But they're pretty redundant. A couple other scenes that are pretty useless in the extended cut. Well, that concludes today's topic, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me hear what you have to say. I'd like to hear your opinion in the comments below. My next video I'm planning on doing is my pitch of how I would have done Batman v Superman. I'm kind of trying to plan it like similar to Max Landis's Death and Return of Superman. If you haven't seen that, if you're a DC nerd, I would highly recommend it. It's about 40 minutes long. I'll try to leave a description or the link in the description below. It's a fun video. If you're interested in watching that video, feel free to subscribe. I'll try to get that video out in about a week or 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my first video, so if you have any comments about how I can improve the video, please let me know. I'm looking for any constructive criticism I can get to help improve this YouTube channel. Before I end this video, I just want to give a special shout out to my friend Edward Xavier. My friend, thanks to you, you supported me and convinced me I should do this. So I just want to say my sincere thanks. Otherwise, I would not have the confidence to do this without your support, so thank you again. So it means a lot to me that you helped me out through this.